The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another kick-ass episode of Still Toking with. Yeah, you know who I am. At least by now, I would hope you do. 6 seasons, 34 platforms. Yeah, you should know who I am. And if not, well,
now though, your hair is a
what?
little bit whiter now.
Well, that's because I have to fucking deal with you.
Yeah.
that voice in my head is back. Oh my God, I can't take it. Anyway, no, I'm super psyched about tonight's show. We have an amazing guest, as always. But before we get to that amazing guest, we have the other gentlemen that join in the conversation. So, let's see, Mr. Flash, Jeffrey Mark.
It's so easy to introduce me. Emmy-winning,
but you're not sparkly tonight.
There are sequins all over the hat.
Oh, there they are.
Sequins all over the jacket. I'm wearing jewelry. Boy, there's just no pleasing you unless I'm on my knees. Good heavens. Hey, everybody. Happy to be here with you. And I'm excited about our guest today. But before we get to our guest today, the voice in his head, and if I'm lucky, the voice in my head.
Only if you're on your knees.
Anytime, baby. It's only $100 an hour. Really, it's very reasonable. Jeff Holman.
What's up, everybody? Happy.
$100 an hour, man. At this age, it's only going to be like $3.
Yeah. I'm not going to go down that road right now. Nope. I'll go down a different kind of a road. Yeah, I'm excited for tonight, and we would have been on. We're a little late getting on because I guess had to find his batteries for his toy. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Dude, they were only AAAs though.
I know it must be a little freaking toy. I don't know what we're dealing with here, but holy shit,
As long as it vibrates.
I don't know. It might vibrate. AAA, it's got to wiggle. So
it's gonna be one of those shows today.
Right?
Cool.
So I think we beat this guy up enough. So let's see if I can get his name right. Let's bring him in, Mr. Cleavon McClendon.
What's going on, guys?
Well,
I figured out the toy too, by the way. I figured it out.
Is it cooling you off?
Yes.
Okay.
The $100 an hour and then the 3 minutes. That shit is classic right there.
I would charge you less.
Hey, well, listen, I'm up in age myself, so I'm probably still in about the 3 minute range. So you're good.
The man looks 20, he's 40, and we're still a generation older than you are.
Right.
Well,
I was gonna say the thing I didn't mention about the $3 range is it takes a minute to get undressed and a minute to get dressed.
That sounds about
so $3 a minute ain't bad.
No, for sure. Oh, at all.
You're wearing pants?
Well, shorts.
That's a good question.
3 minutes. You guys are pitiful. Pitiful, I'm saying.
Little thing, and you can pop it out there, but I mean, I'm
so anyway, how are you?
I'm good.
Doing good,
guys.
We're
doing
well.
Yeah, doing well.
Yeah.
Having me.
Happy to see you.
Likewise. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and just have some fun.
For sure.
And of course, to promote yourself. I mean, that's what it's all about. The show is about you,
right?
Well, once we got past the 8 minutes of bullshit first.
It's all good. I'm game.
So I'm just going to start it right off. So you actually broke into acting, from what I understand, in 1993 as an extra.
Yes.
On Meteor Man.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you decide that, hey, this is kind of the road that I want to follow?
Well, I think so. I'm going to start a little bit earlier than that. So I come from a single parent household, right? It was just me and my sister. So what happened is my mother actually needed some place for me to go in the summertime when I was out of school. So while she worked. So for whatever reason, my mother decided that she wanted to put me in acting school. So I was like 7 years old. So I did it. And the very first time I've ever been on stage performing at all, I had to be walked onto stage. So
walked or dragged?
Good question.
I want to say I was fine enough that I just needed to be walked.
Okay.
I want to say, fuck it. For the purposes of the show, yeah, I was ready to get out there. They just had to walk me out there. But I could have been dragged. I don't remember. So that happened, and I think that kind of gave me the bug for acting. But then fast forward to being in the extra in Meteor Man, to this day, I'm pretty sure my mother went on some sort of site or something like that, and got me that job. And it's interesting because my part actually never made it to the movie because I was in a scene where we were in the bathroom and we were doing spray paint. And me being green, I'm literally laughing the whole time. So the part got cut. I don't know if it was because of me, but I would venture to say that it probably was because I'm just having fun.
For the sake of the show, it was.
Laughing, having a good time. I'm 93. I was, fuck it, I don't want to do math. I was however old I was. It was 9 years old. I was 9 years old. So you know, I'm just having fun, and then and yeah, and then it kind of started from there, really.
All right. So you fast forwarded from, being 7 to 9 in 93, going out on, Meteor Man. Let's back up to when you were 7. What was the production like? So I would assume you were doing like stage acting.
It was theater. Yeah, it was theater.
Theater.
Again, it was so long ago. I don't even remember what the play was. I know it was at Marla Gibbs Acting Studios.
It
That's
was that bad.
What a wonderful, wonderful woman. I got to sing happy birthday to her a couple of years ago.
Oh my
She
God.
couldn't have been nicer.
It was, I mean, it was beautiful. Like that was the first time there. And then, and ironically enough, one of the acting teachers there was Wendy Raquel Robinson. So, but this was before she became known as what we know her now. So I don't remember what that exact performance was, but like for anybody that knows about like performing acting schools, you go through like the whole process of it, and then you put on a performance afterward. I just don't remember what that was.
Yeah. I was just curious.
Yeah, I wish, you know what, it's actually something that I probably do need to ask my mom if she even remembers. But I don't know what it was. I don't think I even had any lines or anything like that. It just was bringing my fucking ass. Come on.
But did that experience?
Have you done any stage performances since then?
Yes. I wound up following Miss Wendy. Well, I call her Miss Wendy, but Wendy Raquel Robinson. I wound up following her to a acting school. It was called Faith Acting Studios, and then from there, her and a lady named Ms Felicia and a gentleman, may he rest in peace, named Mr. Coley. They started an acting school called All God's Children, and Miss Wendy still runs it to this day. It's just under a different name. They just call it Amazing Grace Conservatory. So I moved from there, and I was always in the plays. I was in West Side Story, Little Rascals. So, like those kind of things. And then I was fortunate enough to, when I was in junior high school, I think I was about like 12 or 13, I believe. I wound up being in the Broadway play. It was at the Amundsen called Showboat. So
nice.
Yeah.
Who was your captain for that
Ned Beatty.
That's right. I saw that. I saw you in that.
Yeah, so that was an interesting thing because I was allowed to like miss school. So I didn't go to school until, I think I didn't show up to school until like maybe 12 in the afternoon or something like that, because we would have performances at night, and but that was that. Yeah. Like, but as far as anything since then, no.
So the question I was going to ask,
yes.
So did being in front of a live audience speak to your soul? Was like, ooh, I'm so happy I'm here? Or do you prefer being in front of a camera without the people watching?
That's a good question. I think I like them both. I would say, damn, wow, that, I actually have never thought about which one I prefer. Because they both have their advantages, right? The live audience, you get that instant reaction to a joke, or to, if there's a sad scene, you get that instant reaction from people. The camera aspect of it, if you fuck up, we can just do it again, whereas opposed to if you're live on stage, you just got to figure this shit out. Like if you mess up, you got to figure out how to keep it going. So, I don't think I have one. I'll be honest with you. I will say though that I have a huge amount of respect for people that do live theater, because it's not a walk in the park. You know what I mean?
No.
It's
on behalf of all my theater people, we thank you for that.
Yeah, seriously, because it's not, when you're on camera, you have the luxury of, oh, I fucked up, can we do it again? Literally on stage, it's like, and you have to learn how to project. You have to reach the back of the room. Like, it's you have to learn how to position yourself in a way where everyone can see you. It's the technical aspect of it it's amazing, especially that
You
are
fuck up, they drag you off.
yeah.
Well, what the hell? They had to drag him on to begin with.
That's dragging me off. You know what I mean? That's how I got here. So, shit, I ain't fine with it. That shit is it's not easy. It's not.
No, I asked the question because I'm the opposite of most people. Most people in our business who break through, like we all have, do theater so they can get to the film and the television and the big money. I much prefer being in front of a live audience. I've done films. I've done one camera television. I'm good at it, but I much prefer the energy of being in front of I come alive in front of people. And there are other people who just can't do it, but in front of a camera, they're geniuses.
Because this may ruffle some feathers. It's like I alluded to, just that shit is a beast. If you're good at that, I tip my hat to you, because it's, again, like you say, even though you were joking about dragging you off stage, people in a live audience, they can tell. You can pick up the energy of saying, oh shit, oh, I might be bombing right now. Like, you know what I mean? It's
a live audience will rip you apart too.
Hell yeah. Shit, they spent that good money to see you and you fucking up. Yeah, of course. So I definitely feel like it's it takes a different kind of skill. So I always believe that a theater actor can transition to being on camera easier than someone that's predominantly on camera to try to transition to theater, because you have the luxury on camera of, I messed up, can we go again? You do not have that luxury. You have to be quick on your feet. First of all, you have to know your lines. You know, there are people that are so good as far as camera actors that they can literally show up the day of and remember their lines. On theater, you got months of rehearsal, so you better know your shit before you jump on stage, because it's, again, my hats to everybody that does theater, because it's of course people on camera make more money, but as far as, I would say, probably from the dopamine aspect of it, I would say theater, you know what I mean? Because you also get that instant gratification, you know.
So the other thing I've noticed too, with a number of guests that we've had on that are actors, it's kind of like they go through a 3-phase thing where they do stage first, and then for some god awful reason they end up on soap operas. Okay, and then they go into the film acting and stuff. Have you ever done a soap opera? Would you ever do a soap opera?
No, I've never done one, but I would, because they work. They work. So I have never done one. I've auditioned for them before, but I've never gotten any. But yeah, I mean, it's like what Jeffrey alluded to earlier. It's like as well as TV, as well as theater, being in a soap opera can launch you to a different phase in your career, because I mean, there are so many people that watch soap operas. I don't watch soap operas myself, but
I personally don't get it. But
I don't either. But I'll tell you right now, my wife is sitting upstairs in my bedroom watching last week's fucking General Hospital so she can catch up.
And there is a new soap opera on Peacock that has an all African American cast, or 95%. So have Rose submit you for that. Ro Brooks, his manager.
Okay, thank you. Is it by Tyler Perry? Excuse me, or am I wrong?
I don't know. I know that it exists, and I know that good people are on it, but I've never watched it.
Okay. Yeah, I would talk to him about that, because that, like I say, that they're constantly working. They're constantly
working. Yeah, it's steady work.
You know, and you as an actor, you've been in a lot of stuff. You really don't need the soap opera, because like you were on the Bernie Mac show.
Right.
You were in House of Payne. You've
Right.
been in Bones. You know, you've been in the Amazon original. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Hand of God.
Yes.
You know, so you've had those episodic
Hmm.
type things where, you know, soap operas, that's what it is. It's episodic. If you're really good, you're there for, you know,
Forever.
five to 10 seasons, unless you piss off the producer and, you know, you die in an elevator or something, you know, or they take your brain and put it in somebody else or some shit like that, you know.
Right.
So you kind of did a little bit of that, but you have been in a couple of bigger things.
Hmm.
One being Justified, and I fucking love that show.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, what was it like being part of that?
Oh man, it was interesting. That was the first time filming that I ever got off work and I'm driving home from work and the sun is coming up. Because we would film we filmed like off of like Magic Mountain Parkway and like 30 minutes up into the mountain. So there was like no cell service, and it would get cold as shit. It would get cold. I mean literally, like they would, when you go to your trailer and they have your wardrobe, there would literally be hand warmers and foot warmers there because it's that cold. But as far as the experience itself, it was amazing because I was able to work side by side with Michael T. Williamson, and the brilliance of him as an actor. You know, I was starstruck in a sense that is like, that's fucking Bubba.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Fucking Bubba, you know? And he also is one of the people that taught me, I don't think it was directly, but he was one of those people that I looked at and I admired how he carried himself. He definitely demanded respect, but he was not rude, if that makes sense. You know, he asserted himself very well. Walton
But he
Goggins,
wasn't a dick. Yeah.
no, not at all. Not at all.
Yep.
Walton Goggins is also like, that dude is fucking amazing. Like, as far as his talent, like, it just, like, you guys know, like, when you see a finished product, that's one thing. But if you're able to see take after take of certain people and you go, oh no, this guy's fucking, he's serious. You know what I mean? But I definitely enjoyed the experience of it. Like I say, just being able to be around people of that caliber, it's like you're going to work, but you're also going to school at the same time, if that makes sense. You know?
Smart. If you're smart, you have that attitude.
Yeah. I mean, because it's you will be a fool to not sit back and take notes from people of that caliber. Oh wow, he does it this way. Oh, this is how this person does it. Like, I'll never forget a time, and this goes back to me saying how Michael T, he demanded respect, but he wasn't a dick about it. We were getting ready to begin a scene. So right before the scene, we're with the director and we're going over the lines and stuff like that. And there are people talking in the background. And he politely stopped and said, I'll wait till they're done. People just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Everybody shut up. But again, it wasn't like he didn't go irate and yell or anything like that. He simply said, I'll wait till they're done. But
Didn't have to. Yeah, that's the best way to do it anyway.
Right.
Yep.
Because the people who rant and rave are afraid they're not getting respect. Where someone like Michael T, he knows he has the respect. All he has to do is ask for it.
Man, look, I'll one of my greatest, the dopest sayings to me is, insecurity is loud, confidence quiet. Point. I mean, this man has been side by side on camera with Tom Hanks. like arguably, in my opinion, one of the greatest actors has ever been on camera. So
I agree 100%.
you know, so if you can stand toe to toe with somebody like that, not much somebody can kind of tell you at that point, you know, and it's just you to have the wherewithal to not be an asshole, and he wasn't, you know. So and
Do you ever get starstruck?
Not often, not often. I like I said, excuse me, I was starstruck with him, and I hope I don't jump the gun when I speak about this, but the most I've ever been starstruck was on the set of Straight Outta Compton. That was the most starstruck I've ever. I was like, you know what I mean? Not by far. And again, I hope I'm not jumping too far ahead. But as
no,
far
actually, because I was gonna jump into that, because Justified, I loved Justified. It's a series, you know, for folks that don't know what it is. Watch it because it's fucking awesome. The spinoff is good too. But then you jumped, you know, from that, you did a little bit with Law and Order LA, but then you got cast as Jinx in Straight Outta Compton. Now, these two gentlemen, I'm not really sure how much they know about Straight Outta Compton and NWA and that whole backstory behind, you know, Eazy-E, Cube, and all that. I grew up with that. Like, that album came out, I was probably the first cracker in line buying it. And I'm not even joking, because every song on that album, the first album that came out, the first NWA album, every song had a great beat, great lyrics. The hooks were off the chart.
Yeah.
And it was so cutting edge at the time. I think the only other band that was out at the time was Luke Skywalker and the Two Live Crew. It was doing anything, pushing the envelope.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
I think I was too old for that.
Yeah, Two Live Crew is the reason why we got parental advisory. I mean, you know, on CDs and stuff like that.
Yes.
But yes, but yeah, I think that was to date the best credit that I've had. Because for myself, I don't say this in a negative way, but I'm not a Los Angeles transplant, meaning I'm in the industry, but I actually was born here, which is very rare. A lot of people in the industry are from other places and they come and they migrate here. I actually was born here. So for me, I already knew about NWA and things like that. I was still a little bit younger when they first came out, but like I was aware of who they were. As you get older, you start to understand the impact that they had on, I wouldn't even say just the rap genre, but just
music in general.
Culturally,
music and culture, yeah.
So
what year was all that?
As far as
I'm out of my wheelhouse with this.
No, you're good. Like 80?
80, hold on, I'll tell you right now.
Like I want to say like late 80s, early 90s.
I want to say 88, but I could be off by a year.
I want to say I
So the debut album was August 8th, 1988.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. See? So it's like you're talking about, I mean, you know, you're talking about the crack era, you know, it's a lot of things going on at that time. And at that time I was only like 4, but you know, I as you grow older, like I say, you understand the impact. And so so ironically enough and funny enough, me getting the role of Jinx was not who I originally auditioned for. I auditioned for an under 5, and for the people that don't know what an under 5 is, that's 5 lines or under, right? So I was auditioning for, the character's name was called Looting Blood. So he was someone who had a quick, brief conversation with Ice Cube during the riots, right? So I did my audition, and then I received a call from my agent at the time, was saying, "Hey, casting called. They loved what you did. F. Gary Gray wants to see you, but for a different character. And I was like, oh shit, okay. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. So what they did for my material, because Jinx didn't have that many lines actually in the actual movie, for my material, for my audition purposes, they gave me scenes from other actors. I think I did like 2 or 3 scenes. I know one of them was Ice Cube's one of Ice Cube's scenes. So we get there, well, not we, but I get there for the actual audition, and you know, you walk in the room and it's like, that's F. Gary Gray. And it's like you have that moment and you go, okay, all right, let's do what we got to do, you know, things of that nature. And I did, and I never forget, he was probably, I think he was in the process of like dealing with some stuff on the phone. So no disrespect to him, but at the beginning of me doing it, I think he was still preoccupied with whatever he was doing. So he was looking down at his phone. And I did a line, I cannot tell you what the line is. And I just saw this. I see him looking down, like out of my, you know, kind of paying attention to the room, even though I'm doing what I'm doing. And then I see this. And I said, oh, I got him. Because now I have his attention now. So whatever I did got his attention enough. So, and then I wound up obviously getting the job. And the very first time of like seeing like Dr. Dre, we were filming, and I parked my car next to a trailer. When I got to work, I parked my car next to a trailer. Had no idea whose trailer it was. No idea. Either I was told to park there, or I just was like, fuck it, this is a parking space. Let me get right here. So I'm in the makeup seat, get makeup done. And somebody comes in, one of the PAs comes in and said, Cleavon, what's going on? You got to move your car, like now. Like, okay. No, I'm like, literally, no, you got to move it now. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, all right, here I come. So I go outside, and I think I still had on my cape from, you know, not getting any makeup on. So I go move my car. I move it. Next thing I know, there's this Escalade. The long Escalade pulls up, and Dr. Dre comes out of the car. And I was like, oh, shit. Shit. Okay. So, like, Jeffrey, when you
asked, just got real.
Yeah. So, Jeffrey, when you asked me earlier, have I ever been starstruck? Him was one. And then when I saw Ice Cube, like, because, I mean, it was not uncommon for you to see, like, I saw Dub C, MC Rent. Like, you see people as they come on the set or whatnot. And to this day, that's the most, was like the most celebrities I've seen in one setting. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was great.
The homina thing only happened to me once. And I think you'll be able to relate. I was having lunch with Dick Martin of Rona Martin's Laugh-In, and Mike Connors joined us. This is at a country club of Mannix, the big TV star back when. And they're going to go play golf, and they're inviting me to play golf. And behind me, I hear a voice. Is that the young man who wrote that great book about Ella Fitzgerald? And I turned around, and it was Sidney Poitier.
Oh, my God.
Who asked me to send him a copy of the book and asked me to join them to play golf. And I literally, and I just said, no, I can't handle this. Leaving, gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time. And I got out of that country club as fast as I don't know why I reacted that way. I've met everybody and I was able to land on my feet, but Sidney threw me. I idolized his talent and what he went through to get where he got.
Yeah.
Right. It's different.
My respect level was just out of, anyway, that's my one time. I just couldn't recover. I just went by.
I mean, you think about the fact that he was a darker skinned African American and getting the shot that he got at the time, you know. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I mean, it's like acting royalty right there. It's like I would probably be the same way. I mean, because it's like, you know who you are, like, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's understandable, like, that kind of caliber of person. And on top of the fact, so fucking uberly talented it's yeah, I get it at all. I mean, if you peed on yourself a little bit, I understand it. It's fine.
And he was quiet, but he was radiating all this energy.
Yep.
But quiet, just graceful. Graceful is the best word. Just he almost floated onto the grass.
Yeah.
But power.
Yeah.
Personal power. I don't mean star power. I mean personal power.
Yeah.
And
picking
I
back,
just wasn't prepared.
Yeah, picking back to confidence is quiet. I don't, you know, and you saying the story and the way you saying it to me says everything that I need to know about him, because you may have thought, of course he's not going to know who I am, right? But somebody in that caliber that reached out to you to say, hey, and then also to bring you into his world, that says a lot. That means this is somebody that's humble. He's not taking it too seriously. Like, and I would say that if I'm blessed enough to get to that level, humility would definitely be something that I would try to constantly tell myself, because I mean,
if you're not humble about it, you fail.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because also it's like, you know, I've been on sets. I won't say names and won't name actors or anything like that, but I've been on sets before and people just don't talk to you.
Yeah.
Genuinely. I mean, everybody, no one, you're just there, you know. Another person who I definitely was starstruck with was Bernie Mac. May he rest in peace. That was another person that was another person that I was like, oh shit, you know. But again, cool as hell. Hey man, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? You know, good.
Yes, he was.
Said hello to my mother, because at this time I was still underage, so I still needed my mother to be on set with me. And hey, how you doing? You know, and it again, you meet people and you see people and you go, you're amazing, because you are who you are. And in this industry, it's not uncommon to assume, not that it's the case, but it's not uncommon to assume that people are full of themselves.
Oh, that is true. That is true. You
So,
know, I mean, Jeff and I,
most of the people are fan, but every once in a while, you run into that individual, you know, who's just a fucking dick.
Yeah, we started our little shindig of what we do with, you know, comic books and novels and TV series and animation shit in 2018, and doing conventions and being on tour with conventions and things like that, and then the show starting off and exploding. We've had the pleasure of rubbing elbows with some of our icons, like people that we were like, wow. And 90% of them, they're regular people.
Very.
And they want to be regular people.
Yeah.
But you do have that 1%, not naming any names, Chevy Chase, that are assholes. You know, that think that you are below me. Well, no, dude, because
you can never forget that if you forget about your audience and the people that watch your shit, you have nothing.
Right.
So show respect to the people that you perform for.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I will say on behalf of Chevy Chase, I was around Saturday Night Live when it first got started. I actually wrote some things, and I was in the audience for a lot of the first 2 seasons. And I have to say, in all due respect to him, he was a complete asshole from day one. So he was born this way.
But but you know it's funny. Like always, I have conversations about with my wife about stuff like this because my wife is not in the industry at all. And
that's why you're happy.
Yes. Yes. You know what I mean? But it's like sometimes it's a double-sided coin, right? Meaning, granted, yes, it is no excuse for someone to be an asshole, because at the end of the day, if someone on like watching you on a show doesn't take a liking to you, your career's not going to last that long anyway. Because if there's no reason for people to want to see you, who fucking cares, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I think sometimes also, like you said, Ben, that like they are regular people, and it's like I don't know what that's like to walk out of my house and literally not be able to go anywhere. That is crazy. But at the same time, there's no reason for you to be an asshole when the majority of the people aren't. Because that, to me, the most powerful individuals have a high level of humility.
Absolutely.
As far as people in the industry, like I've never met Denzel Washington personally. I just get a vibe when I watch him that goes, he seems cool. Tom Hanks, these guys seem like they're not full of themselves, but they are who they are. But
right.
But
I've never met anyone in our business who really and truly had talent and had a career who was a jerk like that.
Right.
The people who are jerks are the people who are insecure about their own abilities and who are more concerned about being a star than they are about their talent and their craft. And I've met everybody.
Right.
And the number of people who were jerks,
Kid.
I could, on one hand, really.
Right. Everybody has a bad day.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody has a bad day.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, for a lot of your A-list actors, it's caught on film.
Right. Unfortunately, and I think Jeffrey just said something that was great, because it's like the ones who are not doing it to be famous, they're doing it for the love of the craft.
Right.
It just so happens that it blew up and they are who they are. But I would say that probably the people that do it for being a celebrity, they may turn into an asshole because maybe it's not what they thought it was going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Quite possibly. Like, right. You have.
I'm just going to say it right now. I'm an asshole. It's just that simple. I was born this
yeah,
way.
you are. You're a fucking dick sometimes.
But yes, I am. But usually off camera and away from crowds.
Right.
And it's usually like in the hotel room or, in the restaurant. Like,
right. Well, it's a little different when you have relationships with people. It's a little bit different too.
Yeah.
Right.
But
we've known each other for 35 years. Of course, we're going to have that situation pop up.
37, you fucking.
Is it that long? Fuck.
I've had dates like that. Is it that long? Fuck. I've never understood people in our business who get somewhere like we have and better. And then they complain about fans and complain about lack of privacy and complain because of how I dress, because of my career path. Pretty much anywhere I go, I get recognized. I love it. I love when these lovely people come over to me and tell me that they love my work or they love how I sing or how I dress makes them happy. Yay.
Right.
If I want privacy, I stay home in my underwear. But if I'm out of my house,
you have to expect it.
I expect it and I enjoy it. I embrace it.
Unless you're in your underwear outside. Yeah.
I beg your pardon?
Unless you're in your underwear outside.
Then
I don't wear underwear outside. So,
all right. My kind of
But
guy.
I'm making a point here, guys. I don't understand this thing about not getting recognized. Now it must happen to you. You're known as this good-looking, muscular, good actor. Certainly, you must get your fair share of attention.
Well, actually, no. I'm actually don't rarely get recognized, and part of that is because for Straight Outta Compton, I had glasses, not the glasses that I have on, but I had the other kind of glasses. I had faces, and the stuff that I was wearing. So no, I actually don't get recognized really. So it doesn't bother me. But I would say though that I think for the people that do, I would say you probably just have to realize. I mean, granted, if there's somebody being overzealous and being an asshole, that's I think in that moment you're allowed to be an asshole, in my opinion. However, I think if you take into account that the person that's approaching you, first of all, had to build up enough courage to approach you, right? As well as in their mind, they could be thinking, I don't know if I'll ever see this person again.
Sure.
So if you can just put your ego aside for 2 seconds, you'll have a lifelong fan, in my opinion. Again, I'm not someone who walks out of my door and people recognize what I do, but I feel like if I feel that just that brief interaction with someone will make someone go, wow, he was kind of cool. Because again, when you see people on sets and you see them and you have interactions with them and you go, wow, again, I'll bring his name up again, Michael T. You go, damn, that's always going to be somebody that I remember. So even if it's in the street, it's the same thing. It's like, because I agree, it is kind of ironic that people don't want to be recognized but want to be on TV. So I think it's a tug of war kind of thing, probably. I would imagine. I don't know myself, but I would imagine that that's that. But I don't know. I think it's all moderation, as long as it's not, And then we live in a social media age, man.
I think that something that people tend to forget too is that if you're an actor and you're well known, you don't know what impact you had on that fan's life.
Right.
You have no idea. You
Right.
don't know anything about that fan.
Right.
And the impact that you might have made, you could destroy if you don't treat it properly.
A matter of seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
And I think that just because of that, you've got to be what's the word I'm looking for?
Mindful, maybe.
Yeah, mindful, because
and sensitive.
And sensitive, because you don't know their personal situation. I remember somebody was telling us a story about somebody, a teenager, they went to one of the cons to meet their icon, so to speak, who was a special needs type of a kid. You wouldn't know just by looking at them, but you treat somebody like that with total disrespect because you're having a bad fucking day. That ain't cool.
No, it's not. Not at all.
You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna switch this up a little bit. I got a question for you.
Oh,
if you
we actually have questions?
Yeah, if you were to write your dream part, what would it be and what kind of movie would it be?
God damn, Jeff. Fuck.
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a very fucking good question. God damn. I know for me, it would definitely be a drama of sorts. God damn. Fuck. I mean, because I definitely like the James Bond type spy movies. Damn, I also like. Damn, Jeff, that's actually a really good fucking question, and it's not even something I think I've ever thought about.
But now you are.
Now I am. Yeah, bear with me on this one. Fucking question. I mean, I would say probably a spy kind of type movie. Not necessarily Mission Impossible, kind of movie, but what's another one that I can think of? Born Identity-ish, kind of.
Okay.
You know, those kind of
Yeah.
movies.
Right. Or something like the Jason Statham.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Where it's like, you know, you doing a whole bunch of shit. You're all over the country. You know, you start out here, you go to fucking Turkey and you save shit over here and you want to save the world. So maybe probably one of those, as well as something that shows an individual going through life and dealing with life's problems and overcoming that to become something of whatever it is that they want to do. I couldn't tell you, but something along the lines of that. So one of those two kind of things. Superhero, not necessarily. Like I love Marvel movies, but I don't think I would. I don't think that would be like a dream role for me. But definitely like a spy, espionage kind of movie, as well as somebody that just pursuit of happiness kind of vibe sort of thing. Now, that's Jeff. Like I'm not even gonna bullshit. That's a really good question.
I've got two questions.
Yes, sir.
Oh shit.
That's got nothing to do with either question. Happily.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Do you, going by your roles and also by your publicity and the photos, you look you up on the internet, and the photos of you are very attractive.
Thank you.
They're all doctored.
Hey, Jeff,
that makeup trailer can do wonders.
Jeff, you can't tell nobody that, man. Don't lie to. We gotta lie to him, Jeff. Jesus.
Photoshop is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, but we can't Jeff. Easy. We can't say that. I mean, I wake up like that. God damn it. I wake up.
You wake up like that. There we go. He wakes up like that.
Yeah.
Look, gentlemen. 10 inches, 8 inches, it doesn't matter. Do you consider yourself to be a sex symbol? And how much do you think your physical attractiveness has helped your career?
No, I actually don't think I'm a sex symbol. When I think of sex, and that's another good question, and it'll kind of branch off into other things because of that question. But no, I don't think I am. I don't think it's helped or hurt because I've been doing it so long. A lot of the times, like, you know, I was a child, you know, I started out as like a child. So I don't think that, but as I got older, no, I don't think so. I will say though that I'm kind of glad that I never was looked at like that. And the reason why I say that is, because those individuals, male or female, they rarely get noticed for their actual talent. They're usually getting noticed for being a sex symbol. Oh my God, she's so beautiful. Oh my God, he's so handsome. Whereas we rarely look at those individuals and go, God damn, like that person is good. Like, one of my favorite actors is Daniel Day-Lewis.
You got good taste.
Right? I don't think he will be considered a sex symbol, but you cannot tell me, you can't name 5 actors that are better than him, ever.
Right.
So
he's good.
Right. So for me, I think when it's all said and done, if I can look back and go, I was respected for, in the same breath, or not in the same breath, but like I was respected for my talent as opposed to the way that I look, that would make me happier than I was a sex symbol. Because again, like I say, a lot of them, unfortunately, and it's not to say that they're not talented, but a lot of that gets jaded by how they look.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate because are some of them just good looks? Yes. Won't name any names, right? But are there some that are uberly talented that it gets overlooked? Yeah. So yeah, I think that's another good question. But no, I
Now, see, I just try and keep it simple because we all fart in the bathtub. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude,
We
that's how we
do.
invented the jacuzzi.
Man.
Right?
Yeah.
No one told me I could do that. Heavens, Betsy.
Every morning when
It's better with a partner.
every morning when I take my first piss in the morning, I fart as I do it. So it's fine. You know what I mean?
Okay. The
Perfectly
other
fine.
question, going on a different tack.
Yes.
I'm a lot older than you are.
Okay.
When I was coming up, but way before you were born, when I would hang out with friends in the business, you hang out, you have coffee, you eat a meal, you talk like what's auditioning, who's seeing who's a good agent. But when I hung out with Latinos, Asians, gay folks who were not in the closet, African Americans, it didn't take long before the conversation got around to there aren't enough parts, we're not being seen, we can't break through, there's this prejudice thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, time has gone by, and I offensive is the wrong word, but I think these are good questions for people who are actually part of that population to answer, as opposed to people who aren't. Do you, as an actor, still feel that there is a problem getting cast, or that there aren't enough good parts for African Americans, or do you think it's gotten better enough that it's okay?
I would say I'm maybe 50-50 about it. Because there are, with the introduction of
Oh shit.
His phone
So
died.
either his phone died, or I told him not to take the batteries out of his phone. He didn't listen.
Well, yeah, I think his phone died.
So
It just-
we'll see.
yep.
We'll give him a few minutes and see if he pops back
I
up.
won't take it personally, and he's back.
sorry, I think it just timed me out for whatever reason.
Fucking Apple products.
Man, gee. So
Last thing we heard was 50-50.
okay, so I would say that it's 50-50. My answer is 50-50 because with the introduction of streaming services, I think that's definitely added more avenue, as opposed to either you're on HBO, Showtime, or you're on network TV. I think it's added that.
A lot more independent filmmakers out there now trying to do what they want to do. Yeah.
Now, or Galaxy, whatever you have. I think it's still an uphill battle with the types of roles. I think there's still a fascination with thugs. You know, I mean, I think it's that's why I say it's probably 50-50, because it's yes, there are roles, but it's like, what type of roles are we talking about? I think you know, the individuals like Denzel Washington who have been able to carve out a career by not being typecast per se, and doing different kind of roles. Will Smith, individuals of that caliber. I think those individuals have definitely paved the way for different types of roles. But I think it's still an uphill battle, I would say, because again, not every Latino is not fluent in English. Not every Latino is a janitor or a house cleaner. Not every Asian person, is not fluent in English or runs or works at a liquor store or anything like that, and not every black person is a thug or things like that. So I think
us Italians don't eat spaghetti every fucking Wednesday.
not all Italians are in the mob. You know what I mean? So, but again, and another reason why I say it's 50-50 is because the industry is built on stereotypes, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but
it definitely is, and it doesn't matter who. I mean, I don't live in a barrel.
Right. Not right. Like not a white person. Oh my God. I just got the fucking
fucking Cracker Barrel. I just can't, man. Holy shit.
Hey, that was a good one.
No,
that was.
Yeah. I'm turning purple over here. That was a good one.
That was good. That was good.
That was a good one. It was so good it almost went over my head for a second, and then something in my brain said, "Wait a minute." That was a good one. But yeah,
what did that cracker say? Oh, Cracker Barrel. Now I get it. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, it's built on stereotypes, and it's just about what stereotypes, because I think the word stereotype gets a bad connotation all the time, because I don't think that's all that, I don't think it's always negative. So I just think as long as and I forgot which one of you guys mentioned the fact that there are a lot more independent filmmakers. I think the Ryan Cooglers and he's not independent anymore, but the Ryan Cooglers of the world, the individuals of other ethnicities that I couldn't name right now that are telling stories of more positive sides of individuals. I think that only benefits everybody else, because all it takes is for, again, this is copycat business. All it takes is for one person to see that it works, and the next thing you know, it's the snowball effect. So yeah, I think it's, again, like I say, to answer your question, yes, I do think it's gotten better. Do I think it can continue to get better? Absolutely.
I think everything always needs more work.
For sure.
Never finish. Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. Good questions.
Excellent. Wow. So
I'm still sorry, my brain's still stuck on the barrel.
No, that's funny.
Well, the first thing that came to my head was I was like a fucking monkey in a barrel.
But
you remember the toy?
Yeah,
and then it clicked what he was saying, and I was like, oh.
Right. It like I say, it was so good it almost went over my head, and then I go, oh my God. Okay. Yeah, all right. That was good. That was a good one. I
have a role for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it's hitting me. It's like I'm hearing a voice. This would be great for him. Have you ever seen any of the TV series or movies about Perry Mason, the attorney?
Actually, I have, yes.
Okay. Perry Mason, in the books, in the films, on television, had a private investigator named Paul Drake. I could see you being Paul Drake.
Wow. See, but that's the kind of role, that's the kind of stuff like that. For me, those are the kind of roles that would like get me up in the morning, not in that way, but to get me up to get ready to go to work.
Well, both ways.
Actually, you're right. Both ways. Yes, it works.
Win-win, baby. Come on.
Very much so. Gain an inch. You know what I mean? But it's like,
right.
I think that those kind of roles would be cool, because again, in my opinion, the reason why a Law and Order is so successful is because there are so many different stories you can tell. A private investigator, there are so many different stories that you can tell. So thank you. That would be cool. I would not mind that.
This is kind of a weirder question. So like, I assume that you watch stuff like Law and Order because you like that style.
Yes. Do
you have a favorite? Because I know you were on Law and Order LA, but there's, victims, special victims units and all. Is there any that you really like more than another? The reason I asked that is because we went way back to, NWA and Luke Skywalker, but one of the OGs that's now on a Law and Order is Ice-T.
Ice-T, yeah.
And Ice-T came out quite a few years later with Body Count, very controversial album, same type of thing, but breaking the stigma and breaking the molds of, like you mentioned earlier, the thuggish roles.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't believe that he gets enough credit.
No.
Because if you're talking about an individual, and I promise you I will get to your question, but you just brought me off on something else and it made me think that if
we
you're
do that.
if yeah, but that's a good question, because like if you think about individuals who have crossed over, he was like one of the first ones, but I don't even think a lot of people give him the credit that he deserves. I mean, you're talking about somebody that was around in the infancy of gangster rap, was one of the faces of gangster rap, and for you to now pivot in a sense, and now most people wouldn't even associate him with a rapper.
Right.
Does that make sense? And to me, that's dope. So, but to answer your question, it probably would be SVU. It probably would be SVU. However, the one that I am stuck on is organized crime.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I really like that because I like Stabler, right? I like
Yes. Yep. I have to agree. I love agree.
Right. So like my mother, to this day, we're about to come up on a holiday, so I'm pretty sure it's about to be a marathon coming up soon. My mother will literally watch the marathon. My wife and I, we watch SVU because that's her favorite Law and Order is SVU.
Yep.
So that one, and then one day I'm scrolling, and then we see organized crime. I'm like, okay, Stabler, okay, let's check it out. And I was hooked because it's the same at the same time it's different. Because his character, first of all, he's a damn good actor, right? Like he's a damn good actor. And just the stories of what they're saying, I hope that's a show that they like. I hope that one can go on for some time. You know, I know after the first season, you know, it kind of figured everything out with, you know, who killed his wife and who was behind it and all that stuff. So I hope that they can continue that one because I like the characters on there. So I would first would be SVU, and then organized crime, and then of course the original Law and Order.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. I mean, SVU they have a great cast.
Yeah,
you know, Mariska's just amazing. I mean, she's an amazing actress. Kelly Giddish is an amazing actress. You know, as you mentioned, Stabler. You know, Chris Maloney. You know, Ice-T. I mean, it's just, I mean, just to be part of you being part of Law and Order, whether it was LA or SVU or organized, would you like to continue maybe on a different Law and Order? Because I could see you in quite a few parts.
Thank you.
And I don't mean on the opposite side of the table for the casting directors out there. I don't want him to be the perp.
It's okay, man. You see me as a thug. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. No, yes, I would definitely love to. Aside also because those type of shows tend to have longevity because they can pull from real world events and turn it into something. So yeah, I would definitely but I would like to ask a question, because I know for me, my favorite character is Munch. What will be your favorite character on that? On all of them. It doesn't have to just be SVU. It could be.
I'm gonna have to divert back to Ice-T because for me as a teenager, I was a teenager when NWA and Ice-T and all that came out. Fat Boys. I loved different things about all of them. I loved him as a rapper. I loved him as a heavy metal singer, which is a rap heavy metal with body count. I mean, that's not just your hip hop.
Right.
So the way he was able to transition from that to this, and then movies like New Jack City, where he was a thug, but then to transition to be the opposite side, which is a police officer, even though he still has his views about the police, but he, like you said, he came up in the early days.
Yeah.
He was just like Ice Cube and Eazy-E. They were part of that, as you called it earlier, you know, that breaking through the color barrier. So I would say Ice-T is my all-time favorite on that show. Don't get me wrong, they're all great. They're all great.
Yeah.
If they didn't all have that chemistry.
I've never watched any of them.
You know what? It's funny because it's like we talked earlier about soap operas. It's like a modern day soap opera.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because people are hooking up behind the scenes, and you know this person's with that person, but
it's just a little less. It's a little less over the top. It's a little bit more grounded than.
Well, my problem.
It's more believable.
I know I like that stuff. I love Bones, for example.
Right. Yeah.
So
Bones is another one of my all-time.
But if I start watching it, I ain't gonna get anything fucking done.
Yeah.
They're definitely addicting, literally. And trust me, I know. Like me and my wife have had to. I have 2 kids, so me and my wife have had to like. You guys go over there and do this just so we can watch this, or have to wait till they go to sleep so we can watch it. So I definitely agree with that. But yeah, I think that would be, as far as TV sort of series, I think that one would be pretty cool. Another one that I like is Cross. That's another.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Oh, I would say yeah.
Now, see, I just started watching Alien Earth.
Is it good?
I like it, but I love all that. I love all that alien stuff. So
yeah, you do.
I
do.
Yeah, I like it. And
You know.
I was reading last week that it's the #1 show on cable right now.
You know what? One that I want to watch. I think it just came out today. The new Terminal List. That one I want to.
Oh
yeah,
I want to see that. That.
I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a little different. Like last month, everything I was watching was military. You know, whether it was based on true occurrences, and then I jumped over to similar spy stuff like Blind Spot. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Yes.
Great
Tattoo.
Great show. Yeah, Tattoo. Yeah.
And I've been binging on murder mysteries.
Right. You know. But I just started watching. Like I just finished watching The Mayans, which is the spinoff of Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, the dude that played Nick in SVU is one of the main characters in that. That's why I started watching it. I was like, oh, who's that? Oh, I know him from SVU. But then it just sucked me right in.
See, I never got into that. I definitely got into Sons of Anarchy, but I never got into the Mayans. But
you'd like it if you like Sons of Anarchy, because I've watched both. And you know, like I think it was like the second season, they brought the Mayans in.
Yeah.
And you got to see the start of the whole Mayans club. Now this is like fast forward 20 years. And they're like, oh, it's really good. It's short, but it's really good. I think it's
right, or is it already done?
What's that?
Is it already done, or it's?
I think they're done.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything about a new season.
Right.
You know, but that was a great. I don't want to work today binge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
Jeff, you said you like murder mysteries. What's one that you're what's one that you're watching right now? Because I'm always looking to like find something to watch. Like, so I'm just curious.
Well, of the new stuff, the one I really enjoyed this season was the reboot of Matlock, because it sounds like it's a reboot of the Andy Griffith shows of the 80s that where he was a lawyer. They use the name and they refer to the show, but the concept is completely different. And it's brilliant because every episode solves something, but then there's an overriding story arc to the whole series. And
Okay.
Kathy Bates is absolutely
Phenomenal.
brilliant in it.
She's phenomenal.
And half the show has African American leads who are also brilliant in it. So I'm enjoying that. I love watching Raymond Burr's Perry Mason, and I love watching Murder, She Wrote. There's so many seasons, and being in the business as long as I have, it's almost like visiting with old friends. All my friends who have passed away. You watch Murder, She Wrote. Sooner or later, I'll hang out. There he goes.
He timed out again.
I was more of a Hardy Boys.
It's always when I'm asking a question. I'm taking it personally now.
All right. Yeah. But I'm getting hungry.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
anyway, those are the shows I've been watching. Too.
Right. So we are like over time.
Oh,
and
shit.
And Jeff with a J usually eats his dinner right about now, so he's probably gonna start throwing the Snickers commercial shit.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, well,
like
I do want to. I haven't asked this question in a while, but I'm really curious. What do you eat
so
on
we'll
your
do
pizza? What do you like on your pizza?
I think I'm pretty chicken. It's so stereotypical. Chicken. fucking. Okay. So like a couple years ago, I started liking spinach on my pizza as well as pepperoni and Italian sausage. So I would say any combination of those will be
like all on your pie typically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely. But let me go. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for you guys allowing me to be on your platform. And thank you guys for making this very easy. I hope your viewers understand that what you guys are doing is so dope, because I didn't even realize subconsciously we're just talking. You know what I mean? And I think that's the brilliance of it. We're just talking, as opposed to, so what did you do? How long ago have you did this? When did you start? It's like it was less than that. So I want to say thank you guys, and thank you guys for making the experience cool.
When people ask me what this show is about, I say we have conversations with some of the most interesting people in the world.
Right.
I like that.
Right. You literally followed up this week's show. So last week's show was a gentleman that was convicted of murder, sentenced to life, served just over 3 years for them to find out that it was somebody else that actually killed his wife. So that just plays on the most interesting people. But I do have to wrap this up.
Thank you.
Because it's that time. Just while I wrap up the show, stick around until the show closes. I'll let you know, and then you can bug out if you don't mind.
Right.
Mr. Mark, do you have a last question for our guest? Because Mr. Holman just asked his.
Not a question, a comment. You've got a good sense of humor, young man. I want to see you do some comedy, because I'll bet you can nail that right out of the park.
Thank you for sure.
Thank
you.
Right. So I generally don't ask a last question, so I'm not going to start this week. But what I am going to do is, Cleavon, where do you like interacting with your fans on the social medias?
I'm like one of the unfortunate people. I'm not really big on the socials. However, I need to get on it. In all honesty, I need to get on the socials. So, I know Rose probably gonna kill me for saying this, but yeah, I'm not big on it, unfortunately.
No, and that's fine. So folks, if you want to know more about Cleavon, see, I fucked it up. Cleavon. You leave it to the end of the show. I did it at the end, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
You want to know more about Cleavon? Check the show notes, because the links that we do have are there, including his. Is Ro your manager or?
Yes, Ro.
All right, so his manager's information is there too. So if you want to book him at a convention or for a part in Law and Order, Dick Wolf, yes, you can hear us. He's your man. So check him out. Mr. Mark.
Quickly, so that Jeff can get to dinner.
Yes.
As it's spelled, Jeffrey Mark on Facebook, Jeffrey Mark Show Business on Jeffrey Mark Showbiz on Instagram, Mr. Jeffrey Mark on LinkedIn. We have a sister show called Jeffrey Mark Plays Ella. You can see those online almost everywhere you're watching this show. They're released every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time for a Sunday brunch. Ben is my producer. Jeff sprinkles his love all over the show. And as always, I'm so thrilled to be here. Jeff, I know you want dinner, so go.
Yeah, I'm going to eat a hamburger.
Oh.
Well, for that, we could have waited.
All this for a fucking burger? I thought you were going to say you had like porterhouse cooking or something.
Oh, no. We're down to the burgers on, yeah, you know. So anyway, go to stilltoken.com or Token with the Dead on Facebook. You'll find all our information there. No links to me, I hope. Maybe there are. I don't know. There could be. But just go to stilltoken.com. You can watch all our previous shows, all the links, YouTube channel, all that bullshit. It's all right there. One place. Let's keep it local.
So, as Mr. Holman said, stilltoken.com is where you can find everything you want to know about us from.
You said my last name. Why'd you say that?
So they can Google you. I want them to know where to send the hate mail for the friggin' barrel comment.
Oh,
Because I don't want that shit here.
I can cancel, buddy. It might be over.
Anyways, we want to thank Cleavon for taking time out of his busy schedule. Mr. Holman for putting up with going 21 minutes over. His burger's probably cold. It's like McDonald's. It's fine. So, in all seriousness, to all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do so people like us can come out here and do what we do. Stay safe. We'll see you next week. We're out.
Have a happy.
So come on.